Beat's delicious, juicy roast pork with crispy crackling, stuffed in a baguette. Guess what I'm making? A Vietnamese banh mi, but my twist on it. So the first thing we need to do is when you buy the pork, I recommend that you buy 2 or 3 days before so you can rest in the fridge open so we can dry out the skin to get a decent crackling. And if you can get your butcher to really slice the skin thoroughly for you. And then once you put the salt on it, give it a couple of hours, you see a lot of moisture pulling out of the skin. Just wipe it off with a kitchen towel and then leave in the fridge for a minimum of 2 nights. So the next thing we do is putting on the marinade, and I'm doing an Asian marinade. So we have salt, sugar and garlic powder and a little bit of Chinese 5 spice. All you do is just mix them together and then we just quickly score the meat. I wish you could smell it. The 5 spice is beautiful. So 5 spice is cinnamon, cloves, Szechuan pepper, fennel. How I said 5 things? Let's go through that again. What's the last one? Oh my God, what's the last one? Chinese, that's it. I normally make my own powder, but for this occasion, bit rush for work, so I bought it from the supermarket. So it's convenient, you can find it anywhere. Put inside all the crevices and making sure all the sides are covered. All we need to do now is to place it in a baking tray. And the last thing, just a sprinkle of salt on top, and that's it. Put the pork in the oven, 220 degrees C fan for 20 minutes and then reduce to 200 for 10 to 20 minutes depending on the thickness of your pork. So while the pork is cooking, let's make the quick pickle. Vietnamese people love their pickle. If you come to anybody's house, there's always a jar in the fridge because we eat it with everything. I'm going against tradition, but my pickles are always more sour because I think you need that vinegar to cut through the pork. Otherwise, it's all too rich, too sweet, and there's not enough contrast. And then a julienne peeler. Just watch your fingers, they're really sharp. I always think it's amazing that people pay so much money for banh mi these days. As in London then, I think one was actually £13. And if you make it at home, you get really good quality meat. I think once you see this recipe, I don't think you buy banh mi again. Actually, I have some Tokyo turnips from my friend Hugo, who grows these amazing microgreens and herbs that I'm using later for this dish, that I think I'm going to add to this one as well. I'm going to give them a quick wash and then slice them thinly to go in my pickle. So they're really sweet. Delicious. It doesn't matter too much about the size of because when you buy them in the banh mi shop, they tend to be quite chunky. Add some salt to take the colour out of the carrots, because if you were to store them in a jar, in a pickle, they're a bit cloudy. So to make them look nice, what we tend to do, my grandmother always say, put the salt in, give it a good mix, and then you see that the carrot will lose some of the colour, and when you put them in a jar, they're nice and clean. So you can see it's nice and clear, so it's beautiful looking pickle. And then all we need to do is get rid of the salt and rinse it underneath the kotak. To make the pickle, we have sugar, vinegar, I use white wine vinegar, and some water. That's it, pickle done. So the pork had 20 minutes in the oven, so let's have a quick check on it. The crackling looking beautiful. So all we need to do now is to reduce the heat to 200 and put it back in for 10 to 20 minutes, depending on the thickness of your pork. And a homemade mayonnaise, so 2 egg yolks, some vegetable oil, very simple. Just whisk it and add the oil slowly. People say to me, it doesn't look like the mayonnaise you buy in the shop. That's because I use really good yolk. I prefer perfect brown eggs. So the mayonnaise, I like the richer flavour of the yolk. So this is why my mayonnaise is always a bit more orange. Once you make this, it's really hard to go back to shop bought. A pinch of salt, a pinch of sugar. You can add a lot more to it. You can do mayonnaise with mustard, lemon juice, but Vietnamese, we just like it like this. The only acceptable thing that we would have in a mayonnaise is garlic. Let's check our pork. Yeah, that looks lovely. I think I'm going to put the grill on now to finish the crackling. Once you have the grill on, do be careful because it catches really quickly. So I've started on a medium grill, and then just pop your head and just check that there's no burnt bit. But there's a little bit, it's not to worry, but try and catch it so you don't get it completely incinerated. So I say rest it for about 30 minutes, but to be honest, if you're hungry, 20 minutes will be fine. Just hollow out the centre and we're ready for the pork. Crispy crackling. And you can see the meat is really juicy, it's going to be delicious. And make sure that each bit has a little bit of crackling on it. Carrot and cocoa turnip pickle. This is micro coriander. It smells and tastes incredible. The flavours is amazing. I've also got some garlic chive. They're so pretty, and they give a little hint of garlic and pull the whole dish together. There you go. So that's my roast pork banh mi. I hope you enjoy it.